I don't give a damn what anybody on the far right or the far left tells you. Racism is a learned behavior. Simple as that. You learn it from your environment. You learn it from the stories that are told or the ideas, the beliefs that are instilled into you. Not necessarily just what you see, but instead how those things are interpreted. Racism is a learned behavior. And so long as we continue to perpetuate this obsessiveness with race to our kids and their kids and the kids, we will continue to experience racism. You may think that you're teaching quote unquote reality, but in truth, you are perpetuating the very problem that we're looking to eradicate. Well, we, as in those who actually don't benefit from racism, like the race hustlers, the Al Sharptons of the world, the race grifters, the race baiters, those who feel a sense of superiority or use it as a virtue signal. But that being said, let's get into the short clip and we're going to dissect this one for sure. It's only about 34 seconds. So, yeah, we got plenty of time to talk. Let's get into it.
Let me see. Put that back real quick. Put the big one back real quick. I asked Arya why she can't get a black doll. What you say?
Because I don't like black dolls. I only like white. That's my favorite color.
I'm embarrassed. I ain't even know.
Let's run that back one more time, because I know the volume was.
Let me see. Put that back real quick. Let me see. Put that back real quick. Put the big one back real quick. I asked Arya why she can't get a black doll. What you say?
Because I don't like black dolls. I only like white. That's my favorite color.
I'm embarrassed. I ain't even know. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so here's the thing. My first and most immediate thought after this is, who actually cares? That's the first thing that popped in my head. Who actually, why does it matter whether or not your daughter got the black doll or the white doll? That's the first thought. But then I have a series of other thoughts that pop up. Most of them have been from what I have heard, the conversations that have been had throughout time, as far as this entire conversation about representation, etc. Now, here's the thing. Did that little girl say that she hated black folks? She hated being black, that she didn't want a toy that looked like her? Did she say any of those things? No. In her child's mind, she said that I like that doll. Now, my assumption is that she has been marketed that Barbie for as long as she can remember. And guess what? That's the one that she wanted. That's the whole story for me. However, I understand that there is a side of this argument that says, well, that's because she has been programmed to not want the black doll. She has been conditioned to see the white as superior. What she said was very specific. She said, because that's my favorite color. White is her favorite color, or whatever the hell that Barbie is, that's her favorite color. She didn't want the brown doll. And guess what? There's a lot of folks, black folks, or a lot of kids, black kids, who would choose the white doll. And there's a lot of white kids who would choose the brown doll. How do I know? I have been in a store seeing a series of little white girls. There was two little white girls with their mother, and they picked the big black doll. And it was a beautiful thing. And the mother said, wow, that's a nice doll, and went to the cash register without asking a single question. Well, I assume, as far as what I saw in that damn section and that damn Target, she allowed them kids to take the black doll with her. And it was a baby. It wasn't just a Barbie, right? It was a baby. It's like, oh, I want this. So somebody else could look at that and say, no, she needs to pick up the white doll and the little black girl needs to pick up the black doll. And that right there, that mentality is the actual problem. This mother, I guess she restrained herself or whatever it is, but you could still see she felt some type of way. That's what we call triggered. Why is she triggered? Because there's an insecurity there. There's a belief that if she doesn't pick this, then she doesn't love herself or she doesn't love her mama. Y'all know that argument. A white dude ends up with a white, or a black dude ends up with a white woman. You don't love your mama. What's my mama got to do with who I end up marrying? I mean, hopefully my mother was a great example for me, but why would I be looking for somebody who looks exactly like me? That sounds a little Freudian. That sounds a little incestuous, if you catch what I'm throwing. I want somebody who I'm able to resonate with. I have the same values, same morals. We have the same mission or vision for life. That's who I want in my life. So with the doll, she wants the doll that she likes. It's really that simple. I was not raised necessarily, but I was conditioned to believe that it's racist if they don't pick that. But then I go back into my childhood and I say, wait a minute. I didn't give a damn about representation when I was watching Dragon Ball Z, when I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't give a damn. You understand me? When I was watching some of my favorite movies, I didn't need to see somebody my same skin color in order for me to feel like I was enough. First and foremost, the people on that screen are not supposed to be my quote unquote role models. The people in my house are, because they're literally the models of how I live my life out. But secondly, what I am seeing, okay, I felt like I was Goku. You understand me? Sometimes I wanted to be Vegeta. I'll be honest. Sometimes I felt like I was Goten. Sometimes I felt like I was Trunks. Like that, I didn't have to see the same skin color, same pigments, same tone. I didn't have to see any of those things in order for me to resonate with these characters. It wasn't until I had this, it was an almost forceful sort of messaging of you need somebody who looks just like you. Otherwise, you can't resonate and you can't relate to them. You need somebody who looks just, okay, so you're telling me I need to go off of the learned behavior that these people claim they're trying to get rid of. We claim we're trying to get rid of the racist element, but yet we continue to perpetuate it. We continue to put it at the forefront. We continue to say, why did you choose the white doll? Instead of just letting it be what it is. I get where you're coming from. Likely, this is my assumption. This is a message to the mother. It's to say, maybe you felt like my daughter isn't going to love herself because she didn't say this brown is my favorite color. Brown is one of the lowest ranking favorite colors. Like my girl it loves brown because she knows how to work with this. She knows how to put the terracotta with, the dark browns and she knows how to do all that to the point where I fell in love with how to put browns together. But my favorite color has always been blue. My favorite color is blue. My favorite color, it's blue, right? But I saw, man, my girl really knows how to make this work. I love the feng shui look. I love that, there's an Asian persuasion with some of the African elements back into it. I love that right there. I love the aesthetic of it. But my favorite color is blue. And that's okay. Why did you choose the blue doll and not why did you choose the blue G.I. Joe instead of the brown G.I. Joe? Because I like blue. And that's okay. And my mind isn't warped to a place yet where I'm thinking through the lens of color. I'm thinking through whatever it is maybe I'm seeing on TV, blah, blah, but that's what I'm into. Now, if we're getting a conversation of self-hatred, that's a different one. And you have the power to either, enforce, like she has, these beautiful little braids and you got the, dreads or braids in your hair as well. So you can enforce those things to say, love the skin you're in. That's a different message right there. Love the skin you're in. But it doesn't mean you close yourself off from those things that you resonate with or that you like for whatever God-given reason. Again, I understand the argument. I get the argument. And it sounds almost rational and valid, but I've gotten to a place in my life where I realize if we're going to get over this fixation on race, we really have to get over it. We truly have to get over the entire thing. It's not to say we pretend that, there aren't people who are racist, who aren't fixated on race, etc. But if we want to be a part of the solution, then we have to become the parents who says, you like what you like. Just remember to love yourself, obviously. But I'm not about to question you, about to look at you crazy, have an attitude with you or whatever it is, about to film you in public and try to make a spectacle of it. because you did not pick those brown dolls up there. Again, I've seen with my own eyes a little white girl pick up a little brown doll. And the white mama didn't say nothing. Maybe some white mothers would trip out and they would have a freak out. They probably exist. They're probably out there. And they're wrong and they're trifling as hell too. And they need to let go of their own racism. Let people be what it is. I've never given a damn about having a Band-Aid that looked like my skin color. Not once. I'll be real with y'all. I never cared about getting an emoji that looked like my finger. I mean, how many yellow people exist? Truly yellow. If you're truly yellow, I'm not talking about, oh, Asian. No. If you're really a yellow human being, there is an issue with likely your liver, your kidneys, or something of the sort. That you need to get checked out if you are yellow. So I didn't give a damn about a yellow emoji. I didn't give a damn about a brown Band-Aid. These things don't matter to me. These things don't mean anything to me because I know who I am and I love who I am in all that I am. But I don't put race in front of everything else. Well, my color defines me. No, who I am, my character, the way in which I show up in life, whether I'm a man of integrity or not, those things matter to me. And that's what matters to me when I see you and I deal with you. Simple as that. So, I'm thankful for the lesson here. And I haven't seen this type of, or haven't heard this conversation in a long time, but I'm glad that this is going viral because let's be real. We need to get over it. This is the year of our Lord 2025. Now let's get into some of these comments and see where the people's is at. So I realized that I was recording on pause. So let me go ahead and just run through these one more again. Further proof that racism is taught. Kids don't see color until an adult forces them to. It's true. They might see the color, but that's all they're seeing. It's color. It's not the race. You are giving them the connotation of race and what that means and what is right and what is wrong. You're the one creating that with your own biases and your own prejudice. Kids are innocent and don't see race. Sad the mother was embarrassed instead of being happy that her daughter didn't think of race. Facts. There's a recent quote I read. It was a powerful quote. It said, white people in this day and age are so busy trying to teach their kids not to see color while everybody else is doing the exact opposite. So you're trying to, as a white parent, well, don't see color. And then everybody else is like, see the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man. And do with that what you may. Do with that what you may. My daughter's mixed, Mexican and white. She had both black and white Barbies. I never asked why because I don't care. Facts. It's called being an adult. So her mom is racist. Got it. And my daughter is white. She wants the black doll. Booyah. As I told y'all. It's just real things going on out here, folks. She got the black doll. It literally wasn't an issue. So I'm going to leave it at that. It literally was not an issue. And it should not be an issue. And if you want to make it an issue, then you got to ask yourself, what is your issue? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 3-6-5, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up. You know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises. You get to praising.